St. Paul.
Oh yeah. Actually, I stay like 10 minutes from Mall of America.
Okay, yeah, yes, sir. So yeah, I used to go to every summer. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a special edition of Off the Record, the People's Podcast. This evening, we have some great guests, and we're going to get some great history this evening. First of all, I want to say Assalamu alaikum, Brother Reginald.
Walaikum salam, sir. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. It's an honor to have you on. Uh, Man, you're someone who watched us when we were, in middle school, and you all were older. So it's amazing to see you thrive in life, and I just look forward to the history. First of all, when was the first time you first heard the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
When I first heard the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I was man, I was like 5 or 6 years old, but I heard
Okay.
them through the minister. The Honorable
Mm.
Minister was Farrakhan.
Yes,
From
sir.
the Final Call days.
Mm.
Um, my dad, he was an honor guard for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Back in the day.
Mm.
So
Yes,
he was
sir. Yes, sir.
around. You know, um, so that's how I started.
Yes, sir. Excellent. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you all for watching. Because your father did security for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, did that make you inspire you to want to do security, or?
Well, at the time, I didn't know my dad was doing security for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad until until I started doing security for your father.
Mm.
And
Okay.
that's when he said that Elijah Jr., which was the supreme captain at the time, took a liking to my dad, like your dad took a liking to me.
Mm.
So that's how I knew about it. That's how he told me about
Praise be to Allah. Okay. My next
it. Yep.
thing, uh, you spoke early. How did you get introduced to the Supreme Captain at that time?
Oh my goodness, it wasn't good. I tell you that. Well, well, I was going to Muhammad University from '89 to 2000. I mean, I'm sorry, to 1999. That's when we graduate, the first class graduation. But
Mm.
um, my mom went to the Supreme Captain office and told him that there's no way we could deal with Reggie. Reggie is uncontrollable. He don't listen. He just he just I don't know what to do with him.
Mm.
So Benny Mo came to get me from the school and class to come over to your dad's office. I didn't know who the
Mm.
Supreme Captain was, and at the time, really didn't care. I mean, I'm being honest. So he came, brother Benny Mo came to get me from the classroom. We went over to your dad's office, and my mother was in there crying, saying that I don't know what we're gonna do about him and this.
Mm.
And so your dad put his hand on the Quran and told him he's gonna be a changed man. Don't
Mm.
worry about it. And I'm looking at
Mm.
him like, whatever. So he asked my mother to leave, and he brought the E team in. He said,
Mm.
"You think you tough? You think you beat the whole A team? I mean, the whole E team?" I said,
Mm.
"No." And then Betty Mo said, "No, it's no sir or yes sir, brother."
Mm.
So my duty was to change my ways. I had to clean the mosque, no pay, all of that.
Mm.
So that was, and when I leave the school at 12 o'clock, because we had school from 8 to 12. So when I left school at 12, I had to go to the mosque and clean and all of that. So it was beneficial to me. It helped me out a lot. Your dad, man, it was life
Praise be to
saving.
Allah. Yes, sir. And how did you all go from doing security? I mean, you all were in high school doing security with the Supreme Captain, and then get
Yes,
to
sir.
travel and do security with the Most Honorable Louis Farrakhan. How did that feel?
Yes, sir. Man, it was an honor. It was an honorable thing. It was a blessing from God. That we was
Mm.
able to at that early age travel with the minister like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um, and your dad. he pushed us out there to do it because that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to protect our leader. We wanted to protect our supreme captain. And we wanted to protect you and Mimi. We used to take you and Mimi, to we used to bring y'all to school sometime, and then we used to take y'all home with Brother Ernest. When you was young, you probably wouldn't remember that, John. you was you you was just getting out of diapers when we was doing that.
Praise be to Allah. And I thank you. And of course, on behalf of my family, we thank you for your sacrifice and the sacrifice of your family for putting your life on the line like that for us.
Yeah, it wasn't just me now. It wasn't just me. It was the whole 18. Me, Curtis, Side, Muhammad. We all. Okay. I mean, we love your dad, man, and your mom, and your family, and your grandmother.
Praise be to Allah. Now, when you
for your grandmother too.
Okay, excellent. When I had a chance to interview Curtis before. I got to work on Sajideen and Muhammad. How did you all form what was known as the A-Team? And man, it's just cool to see teenagers, moving out like that. Like, how did that come about?
Well, Brother Salim, which was the personal security for the minister and also driver back in the day, his son Aaron, God rest his soul, that he told me, he said, man, you got an attitude problem. You remind me of Mr. T, B.A. Barranca's on the A-Team. And that name stuck with me. And I was the first one to work for your dad in the office. And then Sergeant Dean came. And that's when the A-Team formed with me and Sergeant Dean. Then Curtis, then Muhammad. But but the thing is, we wasn't good students. We was bad students, but we just needed somebody to hold on to us. And your dad was that man. I give my life for your dad, man, because he saved my life through the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, through the Honorable Minister of Farrakhan. So your dad, I will always owe you that, Because if it wasn't for your dad, man, no telling what would have happened to us. He groomed us, man. He took us under his wing. He started the big brother tradition. When the E-Team had to find a little brother to groom, your dad took the whole A-Team in.
So, I didn't know that. Okay, so let's. Okay, I want to stay on this point. Walaikum salam, Sister Risa. Peace, Mimi. My sister Miriam says, thank you all for very much that you've done. Sister Rabia said, this is amazing. Yes, ma'am, Sister Rabia. These were Chicago brothers who went to MUI in Chicago. So whose wing did each of you all go to? Like, who trained Muhammad? Like, how did that work? Like with the program?
Well, Muhammad, it was like me and Sai started. And then Curtis was looking at us being around the mosque and stuff like that. And then he wanted to join. And then, Curtis, Saad, and me. And then Muhammad wanted to join. So we formed. But we've been knowing each other since the Final Call days, brother. Something new. Our parents been in the nation for a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we've been knowing each other for a long time. We just was working together. I used to work in your dad's office, and the rest of them used to work at the Final Call. So yeah, I love them brothers, man.
Praise be to Allah. How did your parents feel once you started working with the Supreme Captain and doing security for the minister? How did your parents feel about that?
My mother, at first, she used to think I was lying. First she think I used to just stay out late hanging out, stuff like that. I'm like, Ma, I was with the Supreme Captain. I was with the minister, Well, put somebody on the phone who can verify that, But at one time, your dad got on the phone and said, "I'm like, Sister Gail, yes, he's with us, this and that." And that's when she started saying, "Okay, that's good,
Praise be to Allah. Okay, now you told me you all got to travel as teenagers to men's only meetings with the Most High Minister of Farrakhan. How was that?
Some of them, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How was that?
It was an honor, man. Like I say, it's an honor to even, be in his presence like that. But like I said, we were young. we was taking a lot in. We took a lot for granted, and but it was an honor to be around a minister.
Praise
Because
be to the Lord.
the A team was known all over
Mm.
New York, Baltimore. Brother uh, Jamal from Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He was another member of the A team. He was trying to
Mm.
start an A team in Baltimore.
Mm. Mm.
You know, so man, it was a good thing. And being around a minister, man, it was just an honor. You know.
Yes, sir. Oh, now, did the Most High Minister Louis Farrakhan? Did you ever have an encounter with him one on one with the minister?
Well, he was, we'd catch him. He'd say "Salaam alaikum," and greet us, and it's good to see the A team around. He
Mm.
always
Mm.
gave us a little encouragement. But
Praise be
it
to
was
the Lord.
one particular time. Matter of fact, we was in Detroit, and Brother Haroon had asked me, y'all watch the room. So we watched the room for a while, and all of us was sleeping in the front. And the minister, I could see out of my eye the minister come out, and he started laughing. He went back in. He started playing the violin. So I mean, we was up all night. But
Mm. Mm.
he knew we was tired. So
Yeah. Yeah. Praise
I
be
mean,
to the Lord.
it was a good thing, man.
Yes, sir. My next question for you is: did you ever fear for your life being so young in Chicago doing security for the Most High Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Supreme Captain at that time? Did you ever have fear jump in your heart? And if so, how did you overcome the fear?
To be honest, none of us feared because we already know who Master Farad is.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? We knew who Allah is, who came in a person, Master Farad Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? And we were still in the process of knowing who the Hon Elijah Muhammad is.
Mm. Mm.
Through the Honorable Minister of Farrakhan. So no, it wasn't no fear in us.
Mm.
We edged it on so we could deal with it. We
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
fear
Yeah.
for nothing. I
Praise.
tell you that right now. We didn't fear nothing.
Mm.
You come through here, you're gonna get your head knocked off.
Yes.
That's how we were.
Oh,
That's the truth.
praise be to the Lord. Okay. What was your greatest trial that you had to overcome in your tenure since you've been in the nation?
Oh man, it's a lot. I mean, you one thing about it, Josh, you can't uh, deal with personalities. You got to do it for the right reason. When you
Yes,
start
sir.
worshiping personality, it affects how you relate to the nation.
Mm.
And,
Mm.
and I think that's what happened with us, And then when you get older, it's like, okay, this is getting old, we need to do something on our own and stuff like that. It's just like a rap group or R&B group.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
feel
Yes,
like,
sir.
and then they start doing things on your own. But one thing I can say is this is a while back, and I was honored to talk to the minister on the phone.
Mm.
And I was telling him, nobody came to see about us, this and that. And he said, brother, who told you to leave? And I'm like,
Mm.
wow. And I
Mm.
had all that animosity all them years because, like, your dad didn't call us, the E-team didn't call us to check on us and stuff like that. But he said, who told you to leave? Nobody told you to leave.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So I'm like, I felt like Fred Flintstone, a small Fred Flintstone, man. I'm like,
Mm.
wow, and it made sense.
Mm.
Nobody told us, nobody said leave. We left on our own.
Mm.
Because, like I said, we took a lot for granted, brother.
Praise be to the
And
Lord.
my dad used to tell me, boy, if you just stuck it out, you went all over the world with the minister because they liked you. And I said,
Mm.
yeah, Dad, you're right. So, I mean, I live with that every day. But at the same time, I would never denounce the nation. I would never denounce who the minister is. I'm a diehard.
Praise be to the
You
Lord.
know what I'm saying? So,
Beautiful. Yes, sir. What has been your greatest joy in your tenure in the nation?
the brotherhood. The brotherhood was good and tight, man. I mean, we slept together. Laughed together. We were serious together. I mean, we trained together. Man, it was a beautiful thing. The E team, man, was something. The E team taught us a lot. You know, even though they used to leave us at the airport sometime, but we ain't gonna talk about that. and your dad would get one of the brothers to come back and get us, because they done left us out there. But I love the A team, the E team, man. Brother Tadar, Haroon, Brother Sutai, Brother Melvin, of course, Brother Benny,
yes, sir.
Brother Ernest, all the E team, man. I love them, man, because they helped groom us too, So
beautiful.
Nothing bad to say about the brother.
Praise be to Allah. And Brother Hakeem says, Assalamu alaikum, Brother Reg, and thank you. My next question is,
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. My next question is, what do you do for fun now?
Well, I'm not doing too much of fun now, man. Just working, get older, working and attending to my lady, my queen over here,
Hey.
That's it,
Okay. Yes, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. My next question is, what advice would you give to the new brothers coming up, the young brothers coming up, who didn't have the experience of being teenagers around the Supreme Captain, the Most Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and have the access, but want to keep their faith? What advice would you give them to hold on during the trials and tribulations?
Well, the teachings, just keep studying the teachings and don't do it for personality reasons. Do it because that's what you want to do. Just keep the faith, man. You could do it. That's all you gotta do is just keep the faith. The minister say that all the time. Don't worship me, worship God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to come in the nation, for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Not for protection. You got to come because you want to learn this.
Yes, sir.
And you want to be a part of this. And once you be a part of this, you're gonna be protected because Allah's gonna protect you through all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You just got to be faithful. And there was times that we lost our faith. I'm not gonna lie, we lose our faith, but that's why we got the minister there, man, to keep us in line. So
excellent. Wonderful. I have another question for you, sir. Thank you, Sister Rabia.
Yes, sir.
Sister Rabia says we need help from some of these seasoned brothers to help groom the young brothers. Praise be to Allah. They need your help, Brother Reginald. My next question is, what would you like your legacy?
Well, my patience is short right now. I don't think I can do it. What she said. I'm sorry, man. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. What advice? What do you want to be your legacy and the legacy of the A team, the young brothers who were teenagers protecting the Most Honorable Louis Farrakhan? What would you like your legacy to be, and then the legacy of the brothers that were with you?
Well, just learn from it, and keep it going. Don't stop. We laid the foundation, and it's time for them to pick up the baton and keep it going. But like I said again, you got to do it for the love of the nation. You can't do it just because you want to be close to the minister or the Supreme Captain or whatever. You got to do it because you love the nation, and that's what you want to do. Some people are not meant to do that, Josh. Some people are meant to be pencil pushers, paper salesmen or whatever. But you got soldiers. The A team was soldiers, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brothers out there who got the same spirit, and they keep that thing going.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to thank you, Brother Reginald, once again on behalf of my family for your service.
Yes, sir.
The sacrifice of your family, and Brother Muhammad, Sajuddin, and Curtis for their sacrifice as well, man. I know when we was younger, we looked up to you all big time. Y'all were our big brothers. We wanted to be like y'all because y'all were
I remember when you used to be the Supreme Captain of the Juniors. I remember all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But one thing I want to say is one of the other things that really got me in line was Brother Shaheed. When I was going to the school, I didn't respect none of the teachers. I didn't respect Sister Shelby, none of them. Brother Dennis, none of them. because I don't know why, but Shaheed, he was the man that really got me to say, hey, you know what? Get your grades together, graduate, and then, you know what I'm saying, move forward, you know, because Shaheed made the class interesting. You know that because you
Yes,
were
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
there, you know. So that's why I always tell him that the minister got something real special for you, brother, because you've been steadfast for years and
Praise
never
God.
deviated,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you
Excellent.
know. So that's he gonna always be a brother of mine.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Love you, brother Reginald, and love your family.
I
And
love you too, man.
thank y'all for watching. And inshallah, I look forward to catching up with you in person soon, bro.
Yes, sir. I love you, man.
Love you
Tell your
more.
dad I love him as well.
Yes, sir, I will. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.